Students, welcome to biology class. In the last video, we discussed the fundamentals of asexual reproduction, that asexual reproduction involves only one individual, and in asexual reproduction there is no fusion of gametes and hence no fertilization. We also discussed that in asexual reproduction, the first basic process is DNA replication, that is not 100% accurate biochemical process, and thus there occur some changes during DNA replication that are called variations, which are the basis of evolution. In today's video, we shall discuss the types of asexual reproduction. Students, there are many types of asexual reproductions. These are fission, fragmentation, regeneration, budding, spore formation, vegetative propagation, and tissue culture, also known as micropropagation. So let's begin our discussion of these processes in detail one by one. Number one, fission. The literal meaning of fission is to split. In fission, a unicellular organism splits into two or more organisms like amoeba, paramecium, euglena, and many more. There are two types of fissions: binary fission and multiple fission. Binary fission usually occurs in favorable conditions. In binary fission, the organism splits to form two new organisms. The word binary means two, and the word fission means splitting. Let's take the example of binary fission in amoeba, students. In this, first the nucleus starts to divide into two nuclei. When this process is about to be completed, this is followed by the division of the cytoplasm, and ultimately the cell divides to form two new daughter cells. Multiple fission usually occurs in unfavorable conditions. In unfavorable conditions, many individuals are formed from splitting of a single parents. For example, multiple fission in Plasmodium. During this process, first of all, the organism develops a protective covering. This protective covering is called the cyst. Inside this protective covering, the nucleus repeatedly divide to produce many nuclei. Later on, each nucleus is surrounded by some amount of cytoplasm, resulting in the formation of many daughter cells that are still covered by the cyst. Now, when the favorable conditions approach, the cyst break off and the daughter cells are released into the environment. The second process of asexual reproduction is fragmentation. Fragmentation is breaking up of the body of a simple multicellular organism into fragments, that is pieces, such that each of these pieces grows to form a new organism, like fragmentation in Spirogyra. When the organism becomes matured, it splits into fragments, and each fragment has the ability to grow and develop into a new individual. The third type of asexual reproduction is regeneration. Regeneration is the ability of an organism to replace its lost body part or parts by regrowth, like simple multicellular organisms, flatworms, sponges, hydra, etc. Let's take the example of regeneration in planaria, that is a simple multicellular organism. Students, when the animal is cut into pieces accidentally, each piece has the ability to grow the remaining part and form a new individual. The process of regeneration is carried by specialized cells which has the ability to multiply and make large number of cells. These large number of cells, that is the mass of cells, then undergoes changes and develop the lost parts of the body. Now students, regeneration is not equated with actual mode of reproduction. And why it is not equated with actual mode of reproduction? Because most of the organisms would not normally depend on being cut up to be able to reproduce. No organism would like that its body should be cut so that it can reproduce. It is accidentally, if the parts are cut, then the remaining parts can develop to form a new individual only in lower simple multicellular organisms in which complex tissue formations has not taken place. The fourth type of asexual reproduction is budding. In budding, a bulb like projection or outgrowth arises from the parent body. This outgrowth is called the bud. This bud, when matures, it detaches and grows to form a new individual. Let us take the examples of budding in both unicellular and multicellular organisms. Budding in yeast is an example of unicellular organisms. The bud is formed from the one side. The nucleus divides and one of the nucleus shifts into the bud. Slowly, the buds gets detached from the parent body, grows into a new individual. But since it is a very fast mode of reproduction, the process continues 3-4 times repeatedly, very fast, resulting in the formation of a chain of yeast cell. As soon as the bud is formed, before it detaches from the parent, it starts to reproduce and again forms a bud. Before detaching, it again forms a bud. So it is a very fast process, repeatedly 3-4 times it goes on, and ultimately it results into a chain of yeast cells. Budding in hydra is the example of budding in multicellular organisms. The bud arises from one side of the body of the parent in the form of an outgrowth. This outgrowth grows. It slowly develops tentacles, mouth, and when it is fully developed, it detaches from the parent body and grows independently. The fifth type of asexual reproduction is spore formation. In many simple multicellular organisms, blob on a stick like structures are involved in this mode of reproduction. The blobs are the sporangia. Sporangia is plural, sporangium is singular. On a stick, stick is the hyphae. Hypha singular, hyphae plural. So it is the blob on a stick. Let's take the example of spore formation in rhizophus, that is the bread mold. When the bread gets spoiled moisture, we can see the greenish grayish growth on the bread or chapati, that is called the bread mold or the rhizophus. It is a fungi. The spores are produced inside the sporangia. Upon ripening, the sporangia burst and the spores are released into the environment. Students, actually, a spore is a resting stage in which the cell is protected by a thick wall. And this thick wall remains around the cell during the phase of unfavorable conditions. When the favorable conditions approach, this thick wall breaks off, the spores are released, and they start to germinate into new individuals. So, students, the assignment related to the topics that we have discussed today are on the school website. Answer those questions in your biology notebook. And in the next video, we will discuss vegetative propagation and tissue culture, that is micropropagation, in detail. Thank you very much.